Hello, this is Sigalian again, casting Game 2 of this Best of 3 series between JT, also known as Joseph, I'll be calling him Joseph, and Tiganos. His real name is Keith, and he's playing the Red Terran. So Protoss versus Terran here. Tiganos, if you haven't seen Game 1, I suggest that you watch it now before I spoil it. Uh, he went pretty much straightforward versus Joseph. He opened up with a Reaper into an expansion, whereas Joseph went for a greedy Nexus first build. The Reaper got some good scouting in. I don't think it really did that much damage, but it did do enough to keep Joseph occupied while Tiganos expanded himself. So let's go into this game right here. Joseph opened up with Pylon, and once that completes, he'll start chrono boosting probes. Come on, hit chrono boost, there you go. Meanwhile, Tiganos is opening standard with a supply depot, and I am going to guess he's going to go for barracks here. Before, yep, there you go, there's the barracks. Refinery should be coming up pretty soon. And this map here is, oh, what was it? Habitation Station. Really good map. It's one of the custom maps that became really popular. Was prominently featured in some tournaments late last year, and now is part of the ladder pool. So you can see that Tiganos this time is sending his SCV to scout, just like he did last game, except this is a two-player map, so there's only one place he needs to go for his SCV, unlike the last game where he sent his SCV in the wrong direction and had to use his Reaper in order to figure out that his opponent was in the other direction. So this SCV is going to see everything here. He sees that the Joseph, the Protoss player, is going for a cybernetics core, that is, and it's just pretty much macroing up on one base. What's Tiganos going to do in response to this? Well, he's stockpiling minerals, so I'm guessing that he's going to build another command center behind this. Yep, he pulled his SCVs from the refinery, and probably just enough for one, maybe two Reapers, because he's got 50 gas right here. Yep, here we go. Or maybe not another Reaper. Maybe he's going to build a reactor or a tech lab? I'm not sure. Well, in any case, let's look at the Reaper. Whoops, let me turn on the production tab just to see what's going on here. Reaper passes right by the probe. He doesn't want to kill off that probe right now. I don't know why. Maybe killing off that scout, I think, would have been just as valuable as just sending in this Reaper right now for a little scouting and harassment of his own. Well, unfortunately, he's going to run smack into this Zealot, and the Reaper needs to get away, start kiting him. Unfortunately, kiting does take a lot of APM, and at leagues below Master, you kind of want to conserve your APM and not waste it trying to do things that really isn't going to give you much return on investment. In this case, the investment being the actions you do. And what do we have here? Joseph is going for a proxy Stargate. Now, it'd be interesting to see if Tiganos scouts this out. So far, he doesn't know this is coming. Instead, he's just expanding here, builds a bunker in order to secure this expansion, just like normal. But right now, I wonder if Tiganos suspects anything right now. Let's take a look from his point of view. Well, the Stalker points up, pokes into the natural here, and gets repelled thanks to the bunker. Maybe that will give Tiganos a little false sense of security here, which I kind of like. You know, just going in and coming back out, making Tiganos a little more nervous about what could be coming up the front door here, because I think Terrans, one of the things that they're very scared about, and as you see another poke, one of the things Terrans are really scared about is two base blink stalkers from Protoss. It can be extremely strong, and it's really tough to hold off. Like, one bunker is not enough, because once you build a critical mass of blink stalkers down here, you just waltz right in, take out the bunker, and then all the units are exposed before they can before they themselves can get strong enough to repel any Blink Stalkers. So once again, Tiganos is sending his Reaper in order to scout, presumably. He sees three more gateways being built for a total of 4. Kind of looks like a 4-gate. No, actually, never mind. He should see the Robo-Fate facility here. Does he see that? Ooh, I missed what's going on. There's the Oracle. Oh, I apologize. I missed this here. This is the reason why we have. This is the reason why Joseph built the Stargate here in order to do a proxy Oracle rush. This Oracle unfortunately only has 1 kill, so it didn't do all that much. All it did was disrupt a lot of mining, and as you can see, Tiganos has to remicro his workers back into his main and rebuild more workers, which is very annoying. And if Joseph can capitalize on this, then he should be pretty good. Right now, I don't see him building any more oracles out of here. This proxy Stargate has done its job. Well, it's done its mission, but I really doubt that it did much in terms of damage. The follow-up here is Colossus and Double Forge, as you can see. How many gateways does he have right now? He's got 3 gateways total, and that's about it. So he went straight from Proxy Oracle into Colossi. Meanwhile, there's a pretty scary army coming in from Tiganos. He's got no medevac support. Does he have a start point? Yep, he's got one, and he'll probably ignite afterburners to rush that medevac over and join up with his army. Tiganos, he's got his group of Marines here, and pretty soon he'll be probably reinforcing that with his medevac. That probe should see what's going on. And let's see what the response is from Joseph. Joseph is building a Void Ray in his proxy Stargate. That's pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Tiganos is sending a Marine Force because he supposedly he knew that proxy Stargate was somewhere. Let's see if this Void Ray can make it out in time. He probably will. And he gets out of there before the Marines can take out the pylon. Meanwhile, in Joseph's main base, he stimps up his Marines, takes out that Colossi with relative ease, and now Joseph is left having to use Photon Overcharge in order to repel that Marine Force. So, pretty good engagements going on here. Tiganos takes out the Proxy Stargate and doesn't have to worry about that thing, at least here. Now, what I would have liked to see from Joseph is he could sneak a pylon out here and then start warping in Zealots in order to send some counterattacks while Tiganos inevitably goes in with his bio-medevac army. So instead we're going to see some tunneling up here, some more 2-base play. We see 3 cannons coming up for Joseph. I think he's really scared about that bio push coming up. I'm not sure what the regular timings are for Terran versus Protoss, but it's clear that Joseph knows what's coming and is preparing a very vigorous defense here. One Colossus could come out here. Unfortunately, that extended thermal lance research is about 100 seconds away, so he really ought to start chrono boosting that. He is saturated in his main and natural. Meanwhile, Tiganos is sending a Widow Mine here in order to deny a third, at least in that location. We see a drop going on in the main, and I don't know if there's enough units here. He needs to stock the Zealots in order to tank the damage, and actually they do a pretty good job. The Colossus then that cleans up. Meanwhile, Tiganos is attacking from the other angle. You see Tiganos is taking out the Mothership Core, but doesn't quite kill it. Sends that one Marine on one last suicide mission to try and take out that Mothership Core, but of course it doesn't work. And we see that Joseph has held pretty well. Unfortunately, he's supply blocked because Tiganos took out some pylons along with it, and he's going to have to wait to be unsupply blocked. There you go. Before he can start working in more units. Extended thermal lance is done, so this Colossus is going to be very scary now. we should see some Vikings in response from Tiganos. As you can see, the Terran macro machine is in full swing right now. He's even building reactors in order to start pumping out reinforcements. Got the armories going up. He's got a third command center on the way somewhere. Oh, right here in the gold expansion. So now Tiganos is up a base and can start powering the very scary bioproduction. Meanwhile, Joseph's third base is behind. Does Tiganos see this? Does he know it's there? Oh yeah, he does. The Widow Mine, oddly enough, is being used for scouting instead of killing the probe. I think that's actually pretty clever if Tiganos actually meant it that way. If not, it's still pretty clever, I think. Because now he can take out this expansion. Like you notice that Joseph failed to even cancel it. But he did take out that one medevac, so that's worth something. Unfortunately, Tiganos dropping in the natural here is going to run into this Colossus. And, well, he's got some room to maneuver behind Joseph's main and natural. So that's going to be very annoying for the Protoss player. I think Joseph could probably build another cannon here. Maybe a cannon over here, because that's probably the most likely place Tiganos is going to be dropping. And what do you know, the drop's going on there. Meanwhile, as that's happening, Tiganos is going to be continue to be very annoying with this as he builds his fourth base and is going to come out way ahead in terms of income. Looks like the difference in income. Well, okay, the harvester count is even. The mining rate, the mineral rate is similar. Terran does have a lead, but it's not as much as it could be, or it's given that Joseph is on to base here. And here we go. Here comes the next engagement. Vikings are make short work of those Colossi, but those Colossi will probably do a lot of damage to this bioarmy before they go down themselves. Ooh, look at that. Most of the Vikings have gone down. But these two Viking reinforcements will probably take out that last Colossus. As we see the battle continuing here, the reinforcements are just going to be pouring in. You saw those Viking reinforcements in order to finish off the last of the Colossi. Meanwhile, more Marine reinforcements are coming in. These medevacs are really giving Joseph a bad day here. And Tiganos is successful with his defense. What I'd like to see from Joseph right now is to continue chrono boosting out his Colossi, because he should know that Vikings are low. Well, I changed my... I take that back. There's now 4 Vikings on the field, so I would actually like to see Joseph going for Psionic Storm and High Templars. Instead, he's going for Zealot Legs and building more Colossus. He's also researching his upgrades as this very scary bioarmy is making his way across the map again. Now remember, Tiganos is up 4 bases to 3. He's got this gold expansion mining. And let's look at the income tabs again. Now you see that the Terran player is far ahead in terms of harvesting minerals. Gas, he's behind. He could probably start saturating these gases here and maybe building some refineries here. But I think all he needs is here, and there you go. He starts, well, semi-saturating them, but I think that's all he needs. Well, we see that the Terran player, he's probably waiting around in order to build up his army. You see he's got 170 supply versus Joseph, who's got just 126. And hey, what do you know? There's Archons here. Did I miss a Templar archive somewhere? Oh yeah, it's here in the back. There's no storm yet, but I think he just wants to get Archons instead of trying to storm these units. Excuse me. Now we see, if you notice the income tab, Joseph actually has more harvesters than Tiganos, and this is probably one of the reasons why he's actually doing really well, even though he's down a base. Now, unfortunately, these Colossi are going to go down really quickly before they can kill off enough of the Bio army. I don't see any more Archons here, so they're probably taken out really quickly by this Bio army. And once again, I think Tiganos has the upper hand here. You see some DTs being warmed in, but once again, easily will take care of those Dark Templar. We see that Tiganos took out an Archon that was being formed by the two DTs. We see more DTs coming out here, but of course Tiganos is going to have enough energy for scan. Usually Terran players at this point in the game, especially 22 minutes in, will not be low on orbital energy. They'll have enough orbital commands in order to continue doing these scans. And yet, in this case, Tiganos choosing to play it safe, coming out into the force base in order to take it out. Meanwhile, he's sending in another army into the natural. He does see these cannons, which kind of gave him a little hesitation, but then he decides to engage in, knowing that this is not going to be very well defended by Joseph. He doesn't see anything else other than those cannons. And with this very good two-pronged attack here, I think Joseph should be calling GG very soon. There is one Dark Templar here, which Tiganos does recognize. This attack by Tiganos has been repelled by Stalkers that just warped in, but now the natural has gone down thanks to Tiganos' main army. Tiganos pulls back wisely, although he could probably take out this Colossus. I don't know what that Colossus is doing. It's like kind of weird stutter stepping there. But without any support, that Colossus is going to be pretty vulnerable. As you can see, it's going to melt that much more quickly. You can see that Tiganos even has a Ghost mixed in here. So in case he sees more High Templar, he can either snipe the High Templar or just use EMP in order to drain its energy. Once again, we see Dark Templars, Stalkers, and Zealots here, but these Dark Templar will go down once Tiganos realizes they're there. And one scan should take them all out. The third base goes down for Joseph, and pretty soon Joseph should be calling GG, if I didn't say that already. So once again, we had a pretty good game. I think some good micro by Tiganos. I think he had a pretty good drop going on here, and great multi-pronged attacks. I feel like he also I felt like the key in the game was that hold right here when the Colossus and the gateway units were pushing against the Terran player. There's a GG from Joseph, and I could pretty much agree. This is a pretty good game. I like to see these kind of games from players who are not exactly pro, not exactly at the level of like Jedong or Hero or SOS. These are just your average players. Well, like Tiganos is Platinum League, if I remember correctly, and Joseph is in Gold League. And even from these players who are not masters, we see some really entertaining games. And keep in mind also that this Starcraft II for them and for us, myself included in general, is not like we're not doing this to make money. We're just doing this to have fun and to pretty much enjoy like friendly competition. It's a lot more enjoyable if you're playing with people that either you know or at least you have something in common with, in this case being co-workers at Apple Incorporated. And that's a lot better than having to deal with your usual bad manners and flaming and cheese from regular ladder play. So yeah, once again, my name is Tiganos Starcraft. Tiganos has taken this best of 3 2-0. Thanks for watching. I'm signing out.